2 of NFL Showtime. So we finna get it in. Give me a second. So we finna get it in. It's finna be a good game too. So we finna get it in right now. What's up, Living with the K's? What's up, Living with the K's? Hey, what up, man? How you been, bro? How you been? How's mine? Money's good, living with the K's. She at her granny house right now, so she's straight. She'll be back later on. All right, we got three season games. We're gonna preseason games. We're gonna knock out today. So I hope y'all ready. What the hell? Your team does not have an offensive coordinator. Try once again. Oh man, no, don't do that. No. Shoot.
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here you find the right coaches to hire for your staff and upgrade them.
God damn it.
Staff points can be used across all of your staff characters. When you have enough staff points to see what effect, some talent trees make you select a path to follow.
Okay, head coach, defensive. Hold on. Oh, come on. Shit. How we don't got no offense? Offensive coordinator. Okay. Let's try this again. Don't have a defense. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Defensive coordinator. Okay. Okay, cool. Whew. Alright. Let's see where we at. Okay, we good. We had just had to do some stuff, y'all. We straight. We got the Dallas Cowboys going to Jacksonville, Florida to face the Jaguars. Sorry about that. Email Hood Talk be hard to do, but you gotta do what it do, you know? Yep, you right, living with the K's. You right.
Tonight, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's week 1 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports.
What you doing, cutie pie? Oh, my Nissan? Oh, what happened to you calling me back last night?
Went to sleep.
You see how you do me? I thought you loved me. I thought you loved your brother.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field.
But I thought you loved your brother. How you just gonna do me
Tonight,
like this?
it's a preseason matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, okay. I'm live right now, so.
Okay.
Football.
I'm about to be in there in a minute. I'm doing grocery list right now.
Oh, y'all going grocery shopping for me?
Brandon Gordon
finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football.
I'm part of the family.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
I'm part of the family. I want to be part of the family.
And this will not be returned.
I want my own room.
End zone for a touchback. So here's the first time now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick of the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
That's the whole
Potential. Think about this guy from the time he was.
What, his little Adam girlfriend stay there too? Oh, she done moved in.
He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
What mama say about it?
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight.
Oh, hell. Never mind.
What a good job establishing a tone for this.
Never mind. She done took. They sleeping in the same bed. Oh, it's going to be some more babies coming out of there then. Shit.
As a manageable situation, whether they have a much better
Yeah. He got, sure. I said the same thing. Look what happened.
On 3rd and 4. Now Lawrence to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 40.
That's some bullshit. I said the same thing. I ain't want no more kids, and look what happened.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end, just going to be a simple chain mover. And this time they let him roll down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down, and then some.
They'll run it. This is James Robinson. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply the offensive line winning the battle.
You know, Dree is a handful by herself.
Giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Don't feel bad, because Shiny is a handful, and she's 22 years old.
They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Who got an older child? Look, Allen?
Tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Oh, 8.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a
Nah, I don't think we want no more kids then, DD. Shit. I understand this shit. We don't want no more kids.
So instead of giving him another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up.
I said I want a boy, and I got 2 girls.
You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back.
I think.
Good job declining that penalty.
You talk to Keisha?
Now on to punt as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says across about the 17-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
She do that to her kids. She told her kids don't talk to her, don't call her. She told my mama don't call her and talk to her.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on
She
the
know
first
nothing.
play of the drive.
She told her other
Now
baby
Prescott.
daddy she did with not to talk to her. She told her to get out.
That is
She know not to do that with me, because I check her ass.
up to the 34-yard
You know how I was. You know how I was with Keisha.
off the bat and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterbacks
Because you know I'm a check her ass. That's why.
Sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
That cancer and that sickness go away, then she can stop saying that.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Because Keisha know I don't take no shit off her.
She told me she hates me.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple.
Nah.
2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved up the line.
Keisha is just being Keisha because she's sick. And ain't nobody. And ain't.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throw it. Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one.
Yeah, that's all it is. Keisha just being Keisha.
It's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to draw that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
On 3rd down, Elliott.
She told me to go get a
They
man.
had a quick little spin move, and the door shut fast as he's thrown. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Where ain't it?
Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job. Got off the field, brought the punting
I
situation.
don't know why. I like your mama. Your mama nice. I just know not to piss her off.
Very well right now. Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to
Yeah, your mama. Your mama nice. She nice to me.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Defense got the better of
She
them
nice
last
to me.
series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage.
Yeah, your mama nice to me. I just stay out of her way.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
After the incompletion,
Matter of
here's
fact,
2nd and
where
10
is
from the
this
12.
at?
Lawrence will throw. They'll drop that underneath to ETN.
I'm talking about the one day. I'm talking about the one day you should stay with her.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Imani.
3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not.
No, today ain't Monday, baby girl. Today Tuesday.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling.
Yeah, when you see Imani, tell sis I said what's up.
Again after this one.
Oh, tell my niece before I said hey.
Sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
For what?
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Ain't what?
They'll start the drive with Elliott.
That John Cena cut?
Up close to the 40.
Do she want a tumbler or do she want a coffee cup? Tell her I got a Nike butterfly one. Ask her, do she want that? A Nike butterfly one.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Prescott down.
Nope, I'm finishing it to you. I'm going to call you right back, okay?
5 yards on 1st down and now just a
Because I'm in the middle of the game. Okay, call me back. I'm gonna call you back, okay? All right. Shit. We gotta get this first down, man. What the hell? I said that.
And he's gonna have a first down
First
as
down.
he's brought down.
I'll be right back, y'all. There's something I gotta go do real quick. I'll be right back. I'm coming, y'all. Hold down. Ask her, do she want this one? Hello?
I showed her that. She said no, she's not a girly girl.
Well, what she want, man?
Little John Cena. I don't know. She said she ain't no girly girl. She like boy stuff. You want a football team?
Lord have mercy.
She said she want a football team.
She want a football team. Ask her what's her football team.
She's not a girly girl. I'm a girly girl. I love to have that.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the
It's
game.
$10 if you want
They
it.
faked it and didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the
Yep,
first
it's
strike?
$10 if you want it.
Pick up that first.
You forgot she a tomboy.
I said if you want it, it's $10.
You know what, cuz?
What? What's up?
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. This is Smith with a grab. And he is brought down, but not before.
All you got to do is that.
A good pick up there, 26.
She got to know what she wants because I can't keep having Monica make stuff and she don't know what she wants.
Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 10 more there and another first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nate Orchard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
To throw is Strebler.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
They want us to go for it. 4th and 1.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Throwing to start the drive. 4 and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. 4. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go. 60 ready. 60 ready. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. back to throw again. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And some room to work. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
A lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Ready. 45. Right.
Throwing on first down. Ford.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, the defense is looking to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter of what's been a tight contest so far. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe making a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now Strebler.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Strebler sets to throw on 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick up on his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Strebler to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10.
Oh, you could have get burned, man.
Here's Strebler.
Damn! Son of a bitch!
Chase on, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
Even keeping the back for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Shout out to the 2.
Throwing to start the drive. Ford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You talk about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
On 3rd down, Ford.
And this pass broken
They
up.
drop it.
The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on to punt for Jacksonville.
Defensive game right here.
This is brought in at the 21. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first down, it's Strebler. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
5 yards.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there.
We still need that 5 yards, so we couldn't get that 5 yards.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down.
There
we go. And this pass
could take this 45-yard
excellent
field
coverage
goal
there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, shit.
Garabay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Now ETN to start the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
To throw on second down. 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. The Jaguars on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Oh, they're going for it? Okay.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end.
Oh, there's bullshit.
The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Oh, cool.
So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does.
And he's going to
get
to it back at the 4.
God damn it.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
I wonder if they're
God damn it. We gotta work that 20 down. Son of a bitch.
Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Looking middle, and then, oh no, he lost the football.
Oh, bullshit. He was down. He was down. That's some bullshit.
We talked about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system.
Yeah, he was down.
And the team, it's not a sign of things to.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jonathan Garibay out there now, and this is a big pressure spot.
He hit his first. Now this from 43.
Garibay's kick is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now the Jags down by 13. At time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Ford. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
No, that's all you look for is something to no.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they get him down
can't
the
listen at home.
takes it across the 40-yard
You always
line.
having an attitude.
Worth reminding at this point, no overtime in the preseason. But that may not come into play here in a two-score game late.
I'm not for the
award
a child.
Midfield before being stopped just before the 35. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock.
I'm not for the award a child. Like I tell Shannon, if you can't get shit, you're not getting that.
I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Escaping the and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got plenty to catch. They red zone coverage there, thought there was some space to send their guy right into the middle on a slant, hoping he would get lost. Instead, they read it quite well and closed quickly.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Who called timeout? Seconds and
that one looks like he'll throw here. And it's
dude, that was sidewinder right to you.
This game is over. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
That's right.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
I want to thank the Jacksonville Jaguars and their fans for letting Dallas Cowboys and their fans sit and play with y'all. See you next time go around. Fred Warner, middle linebacker, number 54. Jalen Ramsey. Let's see what we got. Let's go. All right, we going to New England. All right, everybody, gas your cars up, get your motorhomes, your RVs, your charcoal, and your grill. We heading to New England.
Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's week 2 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. We'll see Mac Jones and the New England Patriots taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots.
Hunter Henry, number 85. Dak Prescott, number 5.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watch some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
No run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster, and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
Running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down.
He likes to run, I see.
CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Oh, good move. Good move. I seen that. Okay,
now
good move.
Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing Jones. And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
On 2nd and 9, Jones.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down.
Good sack. Thanks for the 100%.
He could not get away that
Deidre Lawrence 35.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So they'll likely get a few more drives before we see the second team, but a good start for the first unit with 3 points.
Yeah, good start, and now they want to see them build on it because you're exactly right. They'll get a few more drives at this stage of the preseason. Can they continue to evolve and add to what we just saw in the first drive?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Good boy.
Now we see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Good boy. All right, here we go.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott.
Open man, right side, it's
First down.
Oh,
that's some bullshit right there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there.
That's some bullshit. We had that first down.
Both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth.
Oh!
That one drops down, incomplete.
Ooh, man.
Coverage there, force the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
We got to get this 10 yards.
Inside give to Elliott.
Oh, Elliott.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback.
You gotta play smart.
He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he does
First down. Yes.
Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Okay.
Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Yes.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
And Jonathan Garibay out for the PAT.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
All right. Let's go, y'all.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st down, Jones. Complete. Smith has it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw. Jones. That quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best
you make
coverages
it.
on 3rd
Watch out
down.
for the fake,
so
y'all.
far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And no, doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short.
Damn.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that.
Yeah, we got to get to 7 yards.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup.
Okay, we need to get these
5 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Us to go for it. 4th and inch.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he
first down.
First down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Oh,
so
shit.
This drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's first. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
All right, we need first down. We need 2 yards.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
Ooh, first down.
Just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Here's Strebler to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release.
Can't do that no more.
You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll go. Strebler. He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down.
Give them 11 on the gain there, and it'll be first down Cowboys. And that was just a good job there of being mobile and creating something.
Being able to extend a play and get people open or buy yourself more time to run with the football, that's a really nice job there.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Okay, we need 5 yards to go, Playboy.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Now Strebler.
And this one's incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one. And it's
5 yards.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got
first down.
First as they'll bring it down at the 28-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Struggler to throw on first down. And that'll be caught by Fehoko. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
Don't worry about
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Garibay on to attempt the point after.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Chauncey Golston.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. Third down now to follow. Operating from the gun. Schultz. And that is incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes. Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On 1st and 10, here's Strebler.
Oh, and shit. That's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the end around, here comes Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw is Strebler.
And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt.
Oh, shit.
That's on target, but it's no good.
Damn! I was hoping that motherfucker go in there.
And this will remain an 11-point spread. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On 1st and 10, Schultz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each
and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been
watch out for the
play sheet the entire time.
And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
And remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
He'll look to throw.
And look at this. Damn it.
They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
Son of a bitch. And this is just a preseason shit.
I'm surprised with the lead in a 1-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert.
Yeah.
And they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw.
Ooh, cleared it.
And that's caught inside the 35. touchdown. Simi Fehoko, 67 yards.
Clearly.
The Cowboys used a big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Garibay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So the Patriots now down on the scoreboard. 1:04 on the clock. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2nd and 4. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Off play action. Schultz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their 47-yard line. I'm sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit. Try and push it downfield, try and fit into a tight window. And sometimes interceptions result.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Strebler. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Game over, baby. It's over. We would like to thank the New England Patriots for hosting this game, for letting our fans see what y'all fans. I'm sorry we had to beat y'all 21-6. I'll see y'all next time go around.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Foxborough, good night, everybody.
Good night. Let's see who we got to play for the last game. Man, we've been having road games after road game. Okay, we's in Baltimore, Maryland to play the Ravens. So, Dallas Cowboy fans, make sure your RV's gassed up. You got your grill, your charcoal, your ribs, whatever you're going to barbecue because it's game time. Oh, shit. Hold on, yeah. I gotta get it.
Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh, shit, I gotta take that trash out, too.
We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens.
Thursday night prime time. Mark Andrews, tight end number 89. Okay.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit CD at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
You know damn well you ain't getting that.
For a couple up past the 30.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at.
And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Okay, Lamar Jackson, I see you.
Tucker with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
You want to fire first. Okay, so we're going to miss it.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that weak secondary, take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Eluding the pressure right. That is caught by Lamb. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
You want to play now,
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
All right, let's
and based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time, either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Living with the Mayans, what's going on? You kind of late, buddy. I know you at work, but thanks for the 100%. We jumping on GTA tonight or Wednesday.
But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Okay, 30 inches.
A nice job of bodying.
Okay, 30 inches. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go right here.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense.
Yeah, we're going right there. We're going to grab this first down right here. 30 inches.
Came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Again to Elliott.
First down, baby.
First down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's right.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
First down, Prescott.
Got you.
Got an open man. It's Michael.
Damn.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you get that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. This will be
way to follow that block.
2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Okay. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
All right, let's see if we got baby
Looking to
boy.
throw. Prescott. Under pressure.
Oh, that's holding, motherfucker.
Sacked at the 10.
Okay.
Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. The give is to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone.
Yeah. How did that ride feel, big boy?
Ezekiel Elliott, a 10-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, how did that ride feel, big boy?
Respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Yeah, we set the cars in on that ass.
Statement drives, Charles, but that sure seems
He
like
carries,
a
big
drive
boy.
right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Shit.
Extra point up and good by Garrett.
All right.
And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game, surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
All right. Let's go right here.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Catch your ass. You ain't get it. You better punt it.
Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up.
One thing, watch out for the face, y'all.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
This will be fielded at the 17.
Oh, shit.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
And we need 10 yards.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And they're going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's
first down, baby.
And he will
first down.
First down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Okay. So this is what we finna do. We finna get out of here. Okay. We need 10 yards.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to get this one down inside
3rd and 1, baby.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Here's Prescott. He finds his man.
First down, baby.
It's Ferguson. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Spin looked pretty, but more for style points.
2nd and go,
evaporated quickly there.
2nd and go. That's all I wanted to see. 2nd and go.
2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that makes the score 14-7.
This is what I'm talking about.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He ain't coming out.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And that's going to be
Good stop,
incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Elliott. He's got it to the 43 here.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Prescott
good kick. First down.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
All right. That's where we at. Oh, we finna go here. We finna switch it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Elliott. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
2 catches in the 1st half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
I think by now it's been demonstrated quite well in the NFL that mobility is an attribute. But when you couple it with accuracy, you've really got something going. Able to get outside the pocket and complete the pass.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
1 man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Prescott to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You know, last week,
don't worry about it. 92nd we got him. Don't worry about it.
Offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason. Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Here's Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now 21-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Another run here with Dobbins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Jackson to Bateman there. 1st down, Ravens. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Edwards now on 1st and 10.
Late. Come on, pass
and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Sorry.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is incomplete here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a penalty flag.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
That's bullshit.
There were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
To throw on 3rd down, Reeves. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Are they going for it? Okay.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wallace from 8 yards out. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket. And when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make. You just rely on your fastball and throw it as hard as you can all the time. But in this situation, he understood and threw it in a spot where only his receiver was going to get it and no one else. That was pretty.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Dallas gets set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense. But yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's right.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Strebler's throw complete there to Smith. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Strebler to throw it.
Triangle wide open, baby.
Got his man, it's Fehoko.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Right.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8.
One more score, and this game over.
Here's Strebler.
Got you right there.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
He's good to
The
go.
Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Oh, that's right there.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. Garibay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So the Ravens now down by 10. A minute 40 remaining. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Reeves. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Passing lanes tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies. It's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. The throw over the middle taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
That one complete to Prochet. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he's going to get this down near the 25. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Prochet.
Oh, it's over.
He's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And the quarter. It's over. It's over. It's over. Man,
so this one
I would like to thank the Baltimore Ravens for hosting this game. Sorry we had to beat y'all 24-14. See you next time go around. To my fans that came in, living with the mayhem, Miss Lawrence, Miss Living with the Cage, thank you for coming and kicking it with your boys.
So they worked
Peace,
on that, not just
love,
practice, but I'm
and
sure
loyalty.
during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger.